Hi everyone, welcome to my shop. My name is Steve, and today I wanted to bring you along on a little project. I wanted to show you on this baby grand Chevrolet the steering box. This is the steering box, and the steering column goes up through the dash and comes up here to the steering wheel. Now, in the old days, they had two levers up here. One was the spark, and one was the gas. And when I say spark, I'm talking about the ignition timing of the engine. In order to start this car, you had to pull the lever all the way down to full retard, and then you move the gas up about halfway. And this one had a little choke on the carburetor out in front of the radiator, and you go out and you pull the choke rod out, grab a hold of the crank handle, and twist the tail, as they say it, and hope it would start on the first pull. If it didn't, why then you just have to keep cranking until it did catch. But there's two rods in here that go down through the steering column along with the steering wheel itself. So there's several things going on inside the steering column. What I've got is the steering box off one of my other Chevys that we're going to be putting back together hopefully soon. And I wanted to just kind of bring you along and show you how this one goes together. So let's go over to the workbench and take a look at what I've got. Okay, to my understanding, all of these, well, they made a couple of different styles of steering boxes, but this one is the very earliest design, I believe. Fits the 14, 15, and 16. And there's a gear on this shaft that goes over here, and there's a pitman arm that attaches to the other end of here, and that's what turns to steer the car. So off camera, I repaired this with a bushing. It was all grooved and had a lot of wear. And I don't understand. This part may have not been in this housing because I really couldn't see much wear inside of here, but there was lots of wear on this shaft. So I just took a bushing and turned the shaft down a little bit, slid the bushing, pressed the bushing on, and then machined the outside of the bushing back to a standard size. So hopefully that's going to do the trick. And the way this goes in here, you have to engage the two gears as you bring it in. This will screw on. Basically, it screws onto this shaft. And when it's in operation, as this turns, you see, it moves the other gear there. Okay? So in order to get this on, we have to, and you can't just put these two together. They have to basically be screwed together in order to work. It requires a thrust bearing on both sides of this gear. And as luck would have it, I was able to go onto the internet and find these brand new thrust bearings. The old ones were pretty rough, and had seen better days. And that just fits right on there like that. I'll turn this. What was that? Huh. I heard some. Oh, that was the screw. Okay, here it is. This screw fell out. All right. I believe in order for this to go together, this has got to come off. And this has got to go down in there first. Let me see if I can get this down in there. Like so. Yeah, I believe that's the way we got to go. And now, if I got enough headroom, there she goes, just like so. Very good. Now, I'm going to drop the other one on here. So this is our other thrust bearing. And, oh my gosh. I can't reach that high, so I'm going to have to lay this over a little bit here. Come on, baby. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So now this. You believe that? This is supposed to be the same size. All right. Try that again here. Okay. This one here is undersized. Huh. Can you believe that? This fucker is just 1,000 or 2. It says S51205. Well, let me bring you over here for a second and show you the problem. You see it, and it's undersized. Everything else went on just fine. Let's see, perhaps. Okay. Maybe this will go on the other end. I don't know. Let's take another look at it. I guess I'll pull this back out. Like that. It'll just slide right off. Not even close. Let's see if I can get these. Where'd they go? Are they on the? Let's go. I can't reach it. Oh, they won't come out because this is in position. Okay. Now, let's see if these will go on. That one's a little snug too. Huh. So apparently they're made. One is slightly smaller than the other one, and I can see why they do that. But this one's going to have to be. This one's going to have to be made a little bit looser. Yep. All right. This is going to be hard. So we'll probably have to grind it a little bit. So I guess we'll get the Dumore Grinder out and put this in the lathe and take off a couple thou. And we'll go from there. Okay, let's move over. Okay, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see.
Let's see.
First step here is to see if we can get that part running true. Okay, I'm just going to hand hold it here for a minute. Let's just see how much we're out. Not too bad, but we need more. Need a little better. So there we go. Excellent. Okay. We're high right there, so I want to get. All right. Just having trouble getting to where I needed to be with the hammer. So right there is high. So let's just bring this over to where I can get to it here a little bit with a hammer. Good. We'll call that good, guys. This is not rocket science here. Not going to the moon. All right. Tighten that up. Half thou. Okay. That'll do. Now, we got to get our grinder out next.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Going with the short one. All right. Okay. Okey-dokey. Let's see, I'll put the belt back on. There we go. All right. Okay, we're just about ready, I believe. Let's spin it up and see what happens here. Stand out of the way. Sounds good. Everything sounds good. All right. Yeah. Now I could true up this wheel, but I think I'll just go without it and see how it does here. Let's see. So we're turning clockwise. So let's bring in counterclockwise. And let's put this in here. Catch any debris. We don't want to get that stuff on the ways. Let's see. Maybe I'll bring you around the other side. All right, I think we're pretty good shape there. All right, I'm gonna fire it up. And 68 RPMs. It may sound a little different now. I put on a full face shield just in case. So let's get this thing on the road here. Okay, on our other washer, we're at 107. All right, we're getting ready to put this thing together, and excuse me, put a little grease on here to make sure it's not going to bind on us. Will cause it to be a little draggy, but okay. All right, that goes in there. That's good. All right. Now, I'm going to put this down in there. Okay. There we go. Drop it in the right way. And now, we got our balls here. Put some grease on these. This grease is so old, I don't know.
You can even buy it anymore. Okay. And then
Last piece goes in here. Ha, shit. There we go. All right. That looks pretty good. Now we can bring this in next. And we'll
this in.
There we go. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, come on, baby. Go the rest of the way. Fight me on every step, aren't you? Huh? Okay. Bingo. Okay. I dropped all the way down in there, and then this goes in here, but I gotta put some never sees on here. The old next guy. I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for the next guy, you know. Let me check something here. I'm just wondering. There's a little plug on the side of this. There's a little plug on the side here. What the hell's that for, huh? Let's see if I can. Now that I've got it, my hands all covered with this never sees trusty pliers here. See, just where does that hole go? What is it for? Okay, I see. Well, the hole goes straight through. That's what I suspected. Inside of here, it's relieved, actually. There's a relief inside of there. So, oil or grease or whatever it was supposed to have originally can go in there. How about that? Okay. So that's a filler hole besides this other one over here. Okay. Very interesting. All right, put that back on now. I'm going to do here. Take this loose again. Keep seeing spots that I'd like to make sure have some lubrication that's going to stay. So I'm just going to put a little heavy grease right on this shaft right here. Now, don't worry about taking it out. We'll just stick a little grease in there. Okay. All right. One more time. This should be the last. All right. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. That's tight. Okay. And this turns. Zero backlash there. You guys, closer look here with me. Okay, so there's the way that works. And I just got to put a little grease on.
Those gears.
There we go. Now on this shaft over here, there's a notch made right here on one of these four corners, which lines up the pitman arm. So, and when this starts to wear, you can actually, because they only use about half of this gear on this side, this only turns about halfway around this gear, and so the wear, if this starts to wear, what can happen is you can take this notch and add another one to the other side, the 180 out, and then this will make up for any wear that happens to be on there. Now there's two screw holes, one here and one here. I hope you're seeing that. Yeah, okay. And those are to lock. These set screws go in here and lock this nut and the other big one that goes in here, which I don't see it laying here right now, but we'll get him. And I want to check and see where this, how close this hole is here to lining up. And it doesn't look very close. I don't see any part of the hole. Turn it back this way. I'll undo it. Where is the hole? Should be right It's right in line with this. I put a mark on there. So it should be right there. And it is right there, but it's this far above it. So the original thrust bearings that went in here were at least 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch thinner than these. No big deal, I don't think. It just means this is going to isn't going to go down as far as it did before. So we'll have to just tighten that up now, right? When it's tight, we're 180 off of our hole. And we come back. So this adjustment here could be made, probably should be made, once the steering wheel is attached and everything is working on the car. So, got very little backlash here. Probably zero backlash. So, let me see if I can find the other nut. Okay, I found the cap. I had it wrapped up in a rag because it was covered in grease, and I didn't know what it was. But I put it on. Now, what I've done here also is I've added some pipe joint compound to the threads, because when I just put it in there without, and I put some oil in here, it just leaked right out past the threads. So, and it's not pipe thread, it's just a regular machine thread. So I put the pipe joint compound on there to kind of slow it down. I put just regular wheel bearing grease in there to fill up the cavity. So, and it goes, when it mounts on the car, it slides through this tube right here, that long piece there goes in this hole, and it sticks out on this side of the frame. But as you can see now, I brought it over to put it in. It slipped right out, no problem, but the motor wasn't in the way. So now the motor's in the way. It might fit if I take the carburetor off. It would probably go in if I take the bolts holding this flange adapter, take it off. I think there's just 2 bolts holding it on there right now. Maybe 3 up here. Which is probably what I'll end up having to do to get this back in. Or I can lift the motor back out and slip it in first. But the shaft, when it's in the operating position, it sits kind of like so. So it sticks up like that. So I'd have to raise this all the way up. It just made it easier to put the motor in with that out. But that kind of concludes my video on this little steering gear box. And I might bring you back when we put the tube and the rods down through and connect up there's 2 rods come out of here. One's for the spark and one goes to the carburetor. So I'll probably bring you along when we do that. I've got put the clutch fork in there, but it's got to be hooked up to the arm. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Send me a comment if you like. I'd love to hear a comment about it. So until next time, see you then. Bye-bye.